Hello, this is Frank Mealy from HeartlandDiaryUSA.com, bringing you news every conservative can use. Subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay up to date. Well, if you're not watching War Room Pandemic with Steve Bannon, you're missing a lot. This is the unofficial headquarters of the MAGA movement these days, and it's on 2 hours in the morning every Monday through Saturday. It's also on in the afternoon, Monday through Friday, for 1 hour. You can see it on America's Voice or on Rumble, as well as on some podcast access sites. Today, Matt Gaetz and Bannon talked about the impeachment trial. Matt Gaetz volunteered to resign his seat in Congress in order to give the president an appropriate defense in his impeachment trial, where the matters of election fraud would be argued and not ignored. And this is really inspiring moment. I'm going to let it play out for about 5 minutes. I recommend you watch it all. Thank you, Matt Gaetz. Thank you, Steve Bannon. And thank you, Raheem Kassan, who is not active in this segment, but everybody on the War Room is doing a great job.
I think Rand Paul did a great job smoking out the Senate, but there is no chance of a conviction because of those 45 votes deeming this an unconstitutional exercise. And so let's go out there and put up an affirmative defense on this election activity that was inappropriate and on just the entire...
Stop. That's the most brilliant thing that's been said. We have a free option here. Rand Paul, by that move... Brilliant. Those 45 can't reverse it. There cannot be a conviction. This is the first time it's been... This is exactly right. We have a free option, what you call in finance. You have a free option. It is impossible for those senators to go... You agree?
Totally. So let's not play to the Senate. Let's play to the country. Let's play to our people. Let's give them something to be excited about. Now, early on, First of all, the president knows that his best defenders are, at the risk of being immodest, are Jim Jordan, myself, Andy Biggs, Lee Zeldin, Elise Stefanik, the A-team that defended him in the last impeachment.
Yes.
And there were some among us who checked to see whether we could be the ones to go defend him in the Senate, because we would be honored to. And the word we got back from House Ethics is that we could not, as sitting members of the
You've
House,
already run that by him.
Go and defend him in the Senate.
Okay, so you know this better, and your theory of this is exactly mine. Go to the low-hanging fruit. Would you then step down from Congress? Would you resign in order to defend the president on the way that you want to defend him?
I love my district. I love representing them, but I view this cancellation of the Trump presidency and the Trump movement as one of the major risks to my people, both in my district and all throughout this great country. Absolutely. If the president called me and wanted me to go defend him on the floor of the Senate, that would be the top priority in my life. I would leave my House seat. I would leave my home. I would do anything I had to do to ensure that the greatest president in my lifetime, one of the greatest presidents our country has ever had, maybe the greatest president our country has ever had, got a full-throated defense that wasn't crouched down, that wasn't in fear of losing some moderate Republican senator, but that was worthy of the fight that he gave to the great people of this country for 4 years.
The people of, I think, your district would overwhelmingly support you if you said, I'm going to step down to go defend the president against the stealing of this election. I don't think there's any question. Here's the question. Given you have Navarro and Matt Brainerd, all this data, all this information out there, would Matt Gaetz, if you step down tomorrow morning, do you have enough to next Wednesday? I think you guys are Tuesday for the prosecution, Wednesday for the defense, or Monday for the prosecution, Tuesday for the defense, and then you start Tuesday afternoon. Do you have the time to mount the offense that you think needs to happen?
Well, I'm not one to turn in assignments late, but I do not believe this is a case that's going to be won on the briefs. I think that this is a case that we have to make to the American people, that if there are not fundamental changes to the way that we manage elections, we cannot have the confidence in this democracy that the people deserve, confidence in our republic. And if we don't do that, then we're just the surrender caucus. We're the surrender movement. I'm here to win so much I get tired of it, because that's what I was promised.
You absolutely, I just want to make sure we're clear about this. You think it's important enough for the future of this movement and this republic and the Constitution of the American people that President Trump actually has an obligation that has to argue what went on with the irregularities in this thing, and it has to be done on the will of the Senate next week. Yes.
Well,
Is that,
I do. And I mean, I have to disagree with my friend Sean Hannity on that, because Sean would say, this is so ludicrous, we should just not even show up.
Wrong.
I think this is a platform to keep fighting. And we only get what we fight for in this movement, and we need to do it with an aggressive defense of the president.
in an aggressive defense, you are prepared to tell your district that, hey, for the good of this nation, the good of this presidency, I'm prepared to step down and go, if I have to, if ethics says that, and go represent him in the well of the Senate next week.
If that's what it came to, I would do it.
And Matt Gaetz, you think as a trial lawyer, you think you have enough time with data out there, information, whether it's Navarre, Brainerd, whoever, Phil Klein, you have enough ability to pull that together to mount a real defense next week.
I've never lost a case at trial, and I can't imagine the floor of the Senate would be the first place I would lose.
And as importantly, structurally, which nobody's ever said, that what Rand Paul brilliantly did last week is set a floor. We have a free option. Do you agree with that?
Yes. I mean, this is like an offensive play where the other team has already jumped off sides. You have a free shot. So, don't go small, don't lay up, go big.
So people that are telling the president, if the phrase election fraud crosses your lips or anybody on your side, you will automatically be found guilty. You will be found guilty, and they will strip away your ability to run again in 2024. That is not accurate, according to Matt Gaetz.
That's nonsense by virtue of the brilliant tactics of Rand Paul.